Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sadia Education Wali. Today we will talk with ChatGPT, and our topic is the future of work, remote jobs. So let's start. Hello ChatGPT. Today we will discuss about
Hey,
the
I'm
future of work, remote jobs.
of course, absolutely. I'm here for you. What would you like to dive?
Okay, ChatGPT. So my first question is, what are remote jobs and how do they work?
Great question. So, remote jobs are basically roles where you don't have to be physically present in a traditional office. They often rely on digital communication tools, things like Zoom, Slack, or project management software. They can range from customer support and tech teams to marketing or writing, really any field, as long as you have the right setup and internet connection. Does that help?
Okay, ChatGPT. So why have remote job become so popular in recent years?
Yeah, that's a big shift. So, a big driver was definitely technology. Things like reliable internet, cloud computing, and collaboration tools made it easier for people to stay connected remotely. And then, of course, the pandemic accelerated it massively. Suddenly, a lot of businesses realized they could function really well with remote setups. Plus, people just love the flexibility. So, it's kind of a win win.
Okay, ChatGPT. So
Got it. If
my
you have any
my
follow up
question
questions on remote
is
work, or if you
my question is
have, of
what
course,
are the biggest benefit of working remotely?
great question. One of the biggest benefits of working remotely is flexibility. So, you often get to set your own schedule, work from anywhere, and better balance your personal and professional life. It also tends to cut commute time, which is a huge plus.
Okay, what are the biggest benefit of working remotely?
Yeah, exactly. And along with flexibility, a lot of people also find they have fewer distractions. They can focus better. Plus, it opens up job opportunities globally, so you're not limited to your local area.
Okay, ChatGPT. So what challenges do remote workers commonly face?
Yeah, that's a really important aspect. Some common challenges include feeling isolated or lonely, having trouble setting boundaries between work and home, and sometimes difficulty staying motivated or coordinating with teams in different time zones. So it's a balance.
Okay, ChatGPT. So which industries offer the most remote job opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. So, industries like tech and software development, digital marketing, customer support, and even education, think online teaching or tutoring, offer a ton of remote roles. And lately, even healthcare and finance are opening up more remote options. So, it's really expanding.
Okay, ChatGPT, what skills are essential for succeeding in a remote job?
Yeah, that's a great point. Key skills would be self discipline and time management. You need to stay on track without a boss hovering. Communication is huge, being clear and proactive via email or video. And tech savviness, just being comfortable with digital tools is really important too.
Okay, so how important is communication when working remotely?
Oh, it's absolutely crucial. Since you don't have those casual in person chats, every interaction, whether it's a quick message, a video call, or a detailed email, needs to be super clear. Good communication avoids misunderstandings, keeps everyone on the same page, and helps build trust in a remote team.
Okay, ChatGPT, what tools and software are commonly used by remote teams?
Yeah, for sure. So, a lot of remote teams rely on tools like Slack or Microsoft Teams for messaging, Zoom or Google Meet for video calls, and then project management tools like Trello, Asana, or Jira. And of course, cloud storage, things like Google Drive or Dropbox, so everyone can access files easily.
Okay, ChatGPT, so how can remote workers stay productive while working from home?
Yeah, that's a big one. A few key things: setting a dedicated workspace, sticking to a routine, and taking regular breaks, kind of like you would in an office. And using task lists or time blocking techniques to stay organized really helps too.
Okay, ChatGPT, so what are the best way to avoid distraction during remote work?
Yeah, that's a classic challenge. One of the best things is to set boundaries, like using noise canceling headphones or having a separate workspace. Also, try to turn off notifications on your phone or computer for non work things, and schedule short breaks to reset your focus.
Okay, so how does remote work improve work-life balance?
Yeah, that's a big plus. With how to commute and with flexible hours, people often have more time for family, hobbies, or just relaxation. And when you structure it well, you can really create a sense of balance so you can be present in both your personal and professional life.
Okay, so how can remote job be effective as office job? Why or why not?
Yeah, that's a great point. Remote work can absolutely be as effective, sometimes even more so if communication is strong and there's a focus on results. The key is having trust, clear goals, and the right tools. It can also depend on the role. Some jobs are just naturally more suited to in person interaction.
Okay, ChatGPT, what role does technology play in the future of remote work?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, technology is really the backbone. Things like better video conferencing, AI powered collaboration tools, even virtual reality for immersive meetings. As tech advances, remote work will just get smoother, more interactive, and more efficient.
Okay, so how has artificial intelligence changed remote jobs?
Exactly. And as technology evolves, it's going to open up even more possibilities, making remote work more inclusive, accessible, and just part of everyday business life. So it's really a big part of the future.
Okay, ChatGPT. So my next question is, what type of remote job are expected to grow in the future?
Sure. So remote jobs are expected to grow significantly. By 2030, digital remote roles could rise by about 25%, reaching around 92 million globally. High skilled tech roles like software developers, data scientists, and cybersecurity analysts are booming, along with mid tier jobs like digital marketers and designers, plus remote admin and support roles. Sales, global operations, and digital collaboration jobs are also set to grow.
Okay, thank you for your suggestion. And our next question is, how can students prepare for remote careers?
Yeah, that's a great question. Students can really set themselves up by building digital skills, like learning tools such as project management software or coding, and improving communication skills, both written and video. Internships, certifications, and just staying adaptable, those are all super key.
Okay, ChatGPT. So how can remote workers build strong relationship with their teams?
Yeah, that's really important. Remote workers can build strong relationships by being consistent in communication, like having regular check ins, participating actively in meetings, and maybe setting up informal virtual hangouts. Sharing personal wins or just being really open, responsive also helps build that trust.
Okay, so what qualities do employers look for in remote employees?
Yeah, definitely. Employers really value self motivation, so being proactive and independent is key. They also look for strong communication, tech proficiency, adaptability, and a results focused mindset. Basically, they want people who can stay organized, keep themselves accountable, and deliver great work, even without direct supervision.
Okay, ChatGPT, how can someone feel legitimate remote job opportunities?
Yeah, that's really important to be cautious about. So, you want to look for clear company information, check reviews on sites like Glassdoor, see if the job is posted on reputable platforms, and never share too much personal info up front. Legitimate companies will usually have a professional hiring process, so just trust your instincts and do a bit of homework.
Okay, so what are the biggest risks of remote job and how can they be avoided?
Yeah, absolutely. One big risk is feeling isolated or disconnected from your team. Another is burnout. Without boundaries, work can spill into your personal time. And sometimes productivity can drop if you lose structure. To avoid these, it's key to set routines, have regular check ins, and make time for breaks and socializing, just like you would in an office.
Okay, so how can remote workers maintain good mental health?
Yeah, that's really important. Remote workers can maintain good mental health by setting boundaries like a clear start and end to their workday, taking regular breaks, staying physically active, and staying connected with friends or support systems. Also, practicing mindfulness or just unplugging when needed can make a big difference.
Okay, ChatGPT, and what is the difference between remote work, hybrid work, and freelancing?
Ah, good question. So, remote work just means working from anywhere, often full time with a single employer. Hybrid work is a mix, part time in the office and part time remote. Freelancing, though, is different. You're self employed, working on a project or contract basis for multiple clients. So, it's a lot more flexible.
Okay, ChatGPT, do you think companies will continue offering remote job in the future and why?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of companies will keep offering remote roles because they've seen the benefits like broader talent pools, cost savings on office space, and employee satisfaction. Plus, as technology keeps improving, it'll just be easier and more natural for them to keep it up.
Okay, how has remote work changed the global job market?
Oh, definitely. Remote work has really broken down geographical barriers, so companies can hire the best talent from anywhere, and workers can access opportunities globally. It's made the job market way more competitive, but also more diverse and inclusive in a lot of ways.
Okay, so what advice would you give to someone starting their first remote job?
Yeah, I'd say definitely set a routine, have a dedicated workspace if you can, communicate early and often with your team, and don't be afraid to ask for help or clarification. And, give yourself a little grace. There's a learning curve, but once you get into the groove, it's great.
Okay, so how can remote workers continue learning and growing in their careers?
Yeah, absolutely. Remote workers can keep learning by taking online courses, joining virtual workshops, or even participating in industry webinars. They can all network virtually, things like LinkedIn, online communities, or even mentorship programs. So there's a lot of opportunity out there.
Okay, so what role will virtual reality and other new technologies play in remote work?
Yeah, that's a really exciting area. Virtual reality could make remote collaboration feel much more immersive, like you're in a shared virtual office. And other tech like AI tools or automation can help streamline tasks, personalize learning, and just make remote work even more seamless.
Okay, so if you could change one thing about remote work, what would it be?
Of course, if anything else comes to mind or you have more aspects you want to explore, just let me know. I'm here.
ChatGPT, I'm saying, if you could change one thing about remote work, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think when I think about remote work, I'd say it's freedom with responsibility. Like you Yeah, exactly. It's that balance of flexibility and trust. You get to choose where you work, but you also have to be really intentional about staying productive and connected.
Okay, so my last question is, what is your final advice for people who want to build a successful career through remote jobs?
I'd say stay proactive. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Stay proactive and adaptable. Keep building your skills and don't underestimate the power of networking. Remote work is all about being intentional. So set goals, communicate well, and keep learning.
Okay, ChatGPT, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insight. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. I'm really glad I could help. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much everyone for listening me. Allah Hafiz everyone.